Hey there, toy collector friends and Bat fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. I am the Triple TC, that is the time traveling toy collector, and today we are looking at another entry into the Batman Automobilia collection. This time it's from the live action films and it is the Dark Knight Rises. Yup, we have Bane's Tumbler. Now this is what the Batmobile from that sort of trilogy was based upon. There are a few of them made in Bruce Wayne's R&D department, and during the events of the Dark Knight Rises, Bane gets his hands on some, and this is what one of them looks like. So in the first instance, we shall have a little perusal of it through the case, so you can see it there in situ with a film cell on the lenticular display at the back of Batman from the Nolan-verse, ready to engage with. It's actually quite a nice picture. I don't know whether the scaling works particularly well. Now it just looks like he's standing on top of the tumbler. That's unfortunate. But you can see that that's there to give it a bit of context, etc, etc. But yeah, what we're going to do is crack it out of the case. I'll take a quick closer look at the lenticular backdrop, and then we'll get up close and personal with the tumbler and see how it differs from the original Bat tumbler. There's two very particular differences, but otherwise it's very similar. But we shall take a look nevertheless, because it's part of the collection, and the remit of this particular playlist is to take a look at the entirety of that collection. So let's start off with the lenticular backdrop. You can see there how, with a bit of movement, you can see there how the light refracts off it. But yeah, we can see that's giving us a bit of sense of depth of vision there. I don't know if it's an ideal backdrop for this. I don't think Batman scales particularly well, given that he's in the distance behind the tumbler. Yeah, I see what they were going for. I just don't know whether it arrived. Gotham Police Department police cars all over the shop there. General carnage, pretty much the Dark Knight Rises in a nutshell, to be perfectly honest. So here we have the Bane version of the tumbler. Again, we don't have much going on the platform upon which it is based. It is merely a single line stripe indicating that it's a road. So nothing too exciting there to get our juices flowing. It's pinned in there. You can see it's screwed in, so it's not going to fall off when we knock it about, so we can have a close look at it. So difference number one you'll be immediately aware of is the colour scheme. This is the original colour scheme as the tumbler appeared in the episode itself. So it's a sort of taupe with brown camouflage there, which, you know, I think works quite well for the overall function of them, which I think was to provide escape and support in difficult, challenging international situations. You can see the interesting cockpit layout there. You've got we can see the shine there is where the actual cockpit is supposed to be. There's some matte black spaces there for viewing. We have the dual wheels at the front. Makes you wonder if it's got a built-in bat pod, but never mind. I think the surface detailing on this is absolutely fantastic. I think it works so well. I really think it looks really good. And I love the intricacy of the panel work. I think I said this about the actual tumbler itself, Batmobile version, because you can really see the interconnectivity and the different struts that hold these panels on. Lovely big chunky wheels there at the back. You can see a hint of silver around the internal wheel trim there. The rest of it is nicely black. We come to the back, you can see more of those panels. Massive thruster there, again surrounded by suspension, an additional afterburner. And this side is where we see the second major difference. It's not posable, of course, but we have this cannon. It is on a rotating element, and you can see there how it would be flush, but it pops up for the purposes of, there's always an annoying hair somewhere. It pops up to do its damage, And you can see there that it does have a rotating joint. As mentioned, it doesn't actually, it's not posable. You can't rotate it because it's a fixed model. But you can see how that differs from the original version. And I think they've captured that really nicely, actually. And because it could have just been implied that it was there, but it's quite nice that they've done the remold so significantly. Again, another window on the side there, blackened out. And of course we're back to the front two big old wheels. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty solid model. Again, relatively fragile. I wouldn't want to knock these pieces at the back here too hard, because I don't think they take it, unlike the actual vehicle. But it does look really good. It is very evocative of how this appeared in the movie. So I think it does make for a really good addition to the collection. There is an additional Tumbler version in the collection, which at some point I will get to, which you'll see doesn't have the gun, if I remember rightly, and it is in fact just the sort of prototype version before it becomes Batmobile. So in essence, it's this similar deco, but without the cannon attachment, and with therefore the rest of this remolding intact. But it is its own vehicle, so we will look at it and check it out in its own right. But pretty much that's all there is to say about this Bane Tumbler. It looks good. It's a solid piece. It's nicely robust. It certainly does everything it needs to do to be the heavyweight vehicle that it most certainly is. Tell me down in the comments below, have you collected this? Did you pick up a toy version of this? Was there a toy version of this? I don't know. What's your favourite Batmobile or Bat vehicle? Because if it was produced in the line, let me know. And I'll dig it out if I haven't already done so. And we can put it on the channel and we'll have a nice look at it. And I'll give you a shout out for the request. So, yeah. Bane's Tumbler, again, I feel like I want to say more about it, but I don't think there's that much more to say. It is very self-contained, and we have seen it before in the actual Batmobile version of the Tumbler. It's just that gun attachment and the slight remolding that makes it different. But I do, as I said before, I do think it works in its own right, because it did perform its own functions within the film series. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Your preferred Batmobile. What did you think of this? What did you think of the Dark Knight trilogy? The Nolan-verse of Batman. Would we like to see Christian Bale back as Batman? I kind of think I would, to be honest. I kind of liked it. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the films. We're here to talk about the vehicles, and we've talked about this vehicle long enough. Thank you very much for your time. I'm going to let you go. You have been a fantastic audience. I have been the Triple TC, that is the Time Travelling Toy Collector. And we have been looking at the Bane Tumbler from the Dark Knight Rises movie, as it has been brought to life by Hero Collector and Eagle Moss as part of their Batman Automobilia collection. So it just remains for me to say that I hope I see you in a future, or indeed a past video if you have a look around the channel, and that a thing of beauty really is a toy forever. Take care. Bye-bye for now.